ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم، وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم. ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم، وادعي لي وسلم لي على
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. لا 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 لا
We're on our way to Mecca now. Finished here collecting our pebbles at Muzdalifah. We had a little something to eat, so we got some strength. Now off to Mecca, make tawaf between the hills again, off Safa and Marwa, then on to Mina, and then we'll be finished.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad.
Each time we came back to Mecca, it was with renewed enthusiasm. It was with a renewed sort of feeling inside that we were starting our tawaf again. So if we had perhaps failed to say a certain prayer that or do something that was important to us, we had another chance to do that. We had another chance to make it right. We had another chance to see the glorious Kaaba once more as we came through the entrance, and that is always spectacular no matter how many times you do that. So alhamdulillah, that was a wonderful feeling, just going back to Mecca again.
We've still got a little bit to do. Alhamdulillah, we've still got the tawaf to do. Ibadah tawaf round 7 times, Marwa Safa 7 times. Alhamdulillah, it's like coming home.
Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina.
So we're here at the Abdulaziz Gate. This is one of the main entrances. It's quite a good focal point for us, so we can remember how to get back to our bus. Of course, we know we're back in Mecca. There's always such a lovely smell about the place. It's kind of a bit of a mixture of oud and, of course, the cleaning solutions, because they're always cleaning the masjid.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma
Salahi Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Allahumma iftah li abwaba rahmatik. The Prophet ﷺ advised those who entered any mosques to say, I begin with the name of Allah. O Allah, send peace and mercy on Muhammad. O Allah, open the doors of your mercy for me. It's the Kaaba, we're really here again. Still so exciting, so special, and inshallah so rewarding.
صلي على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد.
the tawaf 7 times around the Kaaba, and we're going to pray 2 rakat and then drink some more power water, Zamzam. Just about to start my sa'i now. That is from Safa to Marwa 7 times. This is the start.
صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
I was really glad that we did drink our Zamzam water while we were there in Mecca again, because we needed that strength, because this was the night we did not sleep at all, no sleep. And I thought at least we'd grab an hour or 2, something like that, but no, nothing. And I wasn't prepared for this. I kept thinking, soon we're going to sleep, soon we're going to sleep. It did not happen because we were so busy walking around the Kaaba, we were so busy making our prayers. And when we left, of course, then it was straight back up to Mina. And I thought, alhamdulillah, we'll just jump back on the bus and up to Mina, easy peasy. But it doesn't quite happen like that. Of course, anything can happen when you're on hajj. And what happened to us is because everybody else was praying Fajr, so many people and a lot of exits for us to go out of. We went the wrong way. We got lost. This is the one thing you do not want to do when you're on hajj, but of course it's inevitable. You do sometimes get lost, and we did, which meant that we actually missed the bus back up to Mina. And of course, being so tired, this was the one thing we were desperately trying to avoid. But of course I just thought, well, what do we do in London, Birmingham, wherever you might be in England? We just get a taxi, easy peasy. But no, it wasn't quite like that.
So we finished our sa'i between Marwa and Safa, but the problem is, just as we were finishing, the Fajr prayer came, which normally is a very good thing, and it is a good thing, alhamdulillah, but at that point we got separated, and from the group we couldn't find each other. So on our way out we were completely separated, and the bus ended up leaving without us, going to Mina. So myself and sister Amina had to just get a taxi, and so now we are squashed in a taxi which does not have enough space for us, but alhamdulillah they kindly picked us up, so we're literally sitting on top of each other. We're in a taxi going to Mina, but they've closed the road off because of all the pilgrims walking down to Kaaba, so we have to walk another 25 minutes. I'm so exhausted, we've been walking all night, we haven't slept, and I feel like I just can't do another footstep.
صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
When that sun comes up over those hills, we are going to bake out in this heat. We are exposed just on the tarmac here, and it's getting hotter already. I can barely go on another. Alhamdulillah, we have some juice. There's a guy there just giving them out for free, so it's a bit of energy, a bit of fruit, sugar. Inshallah, this will keep us going.
As we were going up that hill towards Mina, it got harder and harder. The sun came up, it got hotter and hotter. And of course, we hadn't slept and we were absolutely exhausted. I just thought I could not put another footstep in front of me. I just thought, I cannot do this, I cannot carry on. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? All these thoughts in my head. But then, I thought at the point where I thought I was just going to give up, I saw an elderly man walk beside me, and he was on crutches and he was tired. And he sat down for just a few minutes. He had a drink. He got back up and he carried on. He had also walked all the way from Mecca up towards Mina, and I thought, if he can do it, if these old elderly people can do it, if these people who have disabilities can do it, then so can I. People have done it before in the past without cars. They completed it. What's wrong with me that I can't do it? And that strength then, that knowing that other people had done it, knowing that other people were carrying on this journey with me, beside me, all together, encouraged me to keep going. We had intended to go straight to Mina from Mecca, but as we approached Mina, we realised it was more sensible to stop at the Jamarat and do our first session of stonings. We had our stones with us, we were ready, and to be honest, we really wanted to stone the Jamarat. But this was actually a really good opportunity for us to throw those stones, say Allahu Akbar, Shaitan, you are not going to affect me again in this way, and I'm going to have more positivity for the rest of my Hajj, inshallah.
Not long to go now, just getting up the hill. Inshallah, we'll be there soon.
So we put one foot in front of the other until we saw the Jamarat in front of us, and I could not believe the sight. It was huge. It was absolutely ginormous. And I think in the past it would have been a lot smaller, but now, of course, there are different levels to help all the pilgrims. It's almost like a motorway for people, which actually was very effective. We managed to get where we were going. We had our stones with us, and when we got to the Jamarat, we threw 7 stones, and we were shouting Allahu Akbar each time we threw a stone as well. And of course, the Jamarat represents Shaitan, so you're throwing the stones at the Jamarat, and this symbolises you throwing stones at Shaitan. Say, I am not going to listen to Shaitan. He is not going to affect me, ever.
We're just at our first Jamarat, we're throwing 7 stones. It was a great feeling. I did have to duck a little bit because people were throwing their stones all over the place willy-nilly, and you've got to watch out for that. Alhamdulillah, we're going to come back tomorrow and throw the rest, inshallah. I can make it the last stretch now, alhamdulillah.
After a little rest at Mina, we woke up and it was Eid, alhamdulillah. What a lovely feeling it is to celebrate Eid as well in Mecca, mashallah. A very different feeling from when you're back in the UK. In the UK, you're sort of putting your wonderful clothes on, you're going to the mosque. We were there, we were actually in Saudi Arabia at the time of Eid, which was a beautiful sense of spirituality that I had, and was wonderful because everybody was happy on that day, everybody was relaxed and cheerful, so that gave us a little break from some of the hardships we had faced in the journey. Then, of course, we performed our next Jamarat, our next stoning. So we threw 7 stones, but this time it was 7, 7, 7 on the small Jamarat, medium and large, and then again 7, 7, 7. So we completed this. Allahu Akbar, we threw our stones, and each time we threw the stones, we knew that we were getting closer to the end of Hajj, and that we really have to put a lot of effort into everything else that we were doing.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على
Packed up and ready to go. We're going to pack our bags. There's one more thing we do have to do before we leave here in beautiful Mina, and that is we've got to do our last Jamarat. So we've got to throw 21 more stones at the Jamarat, and of course then that's it, back to Mecca for our final tawaf, our goodbye tawaf. I'm going to miss Mina quite a lot. It's been lovely here making dua prayers here on the plains of Mina with the mountains behind us and in front of us to the side of us, and also knowing that those rocky, dusty mountains were there at the same time with Ibraheem alayhi salam and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And of course it just hasn't changed over the years, except for the fact there are more Hajj here, and it's a little bit easier getting to the Jamarat now, but ready to go.
We're on our way to our last Jamarat, throwing our last 21 stones, and then that's it, subhanAllah, back to Mecca for the farewell tawaf. And today is probably the busiest day at the Jamarat. So many people, thousands of people there, it's absolutely packed. Inshallah we will get a space to throw our stones and not get hurt in the process. Inshallah.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صل على سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد لا 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 لا
shouting Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah, we just finished our last 7 stones and we're going to rush now back to the bus. We're going to get back to Mecca. We did manage to get the bus, alhamdulillah, on time, on our way to Mecca and leaving our camp at Mina.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad.
ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم. ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على